Greetings, my dears, in love and light. 6 ways to communicate with your subconscious mind. Now, why would you want to communicate with your subconscious mind? Well, you kind of have 2 minds. You have this logical, conscious mind that can do one function at a time. It's the decision maker. It processes reality, and it then gives memories, concepts, ways of interacting with reality to the subconscious mind to store. The subconscious mind is very emotional. It works on visuals. It holds your vast bank of memories, and it can do trillions of functions at one time, like keeping you breathing, your body temperature, while driving a car, while talking, while listening to music, and processing this all at once. And all the visuals it's taking in at the same time, and looking at the road. So there's so much that the subconscious mind does. Your conscious mind, it focuses its attention in one place at one time. So you're in 2 minds. But the thing is, the subconscious mind is like can be like a big, immature, strong. It can be a pain sometimes. Because you don't seem to have full control over it. You have full control over your conscious mind. That's the you. That's the one you present to reality. But the subconscious mind can do its own thing and sometimes make life a little difficult. For example, I might be fully prepared to do a speech. I'm ready, I've practiced, etc. But I have this feeling of like, oh God, I'm scared, I'm anxious, etc. And I know logically I don't need to be, and yet I am. And that's a subconscious mind bubbling it up to the surface and bringing it through. So therefore, it's helpful to communicate with the subconscious mind in order to get it on board, so that it's more in line with the conscious mind in our attitudes, to help the subconscious mind realise it's okay. Another area where we can be out of line with our subconscious mind is that the conscious mind desperately wants to, let's say, give up smoking. I want to give up smoking. I've made that decision. But the subconscious mind is still very much clinging on to smoking. Yes, it's addicted to the chemicals, etc., but it's fooled into thinking it needs the cigarettes when it really doesn't, and it's been fooled and it doesn't let it go. And we need to communicate with the subconscious mind in order to get it to let that go, in order to get it to let go some kind of eating disorder, some kind of deep unhappiness, which is creating just self-destructive behaviour in various ways, not just eating disorders. There's other ways that you end up doing unhealthy things to yourself when consciously you don't want to be doing that. Subconsciously you can't help it because the subconscious is not on board, it's out of alignment, it's hurt, it needs to be helped. Now, we train the subconscious in various ways. For example, using driving again, we have driving lessons, and through repetition and experience, we do certain manoeuvres, feel what it's like to drive the car, or what it's like to ride a bicycle, what it's like to swim in a pool. And then once we've learned it, we've practiced a few times, that function then gets relegated to the subconscious mind so that we don't have to consciously think about it anymore. The subconscious just does it. So to get our subconscious minds on board with something like that, we just need to train it. We need to program it by repetition and experience and doing it and listening and seeing. Now, as a child, can you see how if you've been trained into negative thought patterns and behaviours, that is taken on board like a program, like the program of riding a bicycle. That's one program. Program of how others see me in this world. Oh, I'm a pain in the neck. Program written, pain in the neck. So as a child, if you're constantly told you're a pain in the neck, that's going to be written into your subconscious. Thank you, one program written. If you're told as a child, I don't have time for you. Okay, I'm unworthy. Program written. Thank you. I'll take that into the future. And then as an adult, your subconscious mind is running these programs, and it's going against what your conscious mind is saying and wanting for you. Because the subconscious mind is like, no, that conflicts, does not compute, I am worthless, no one has time for me, I'm going to feel like crap, thank you, don't care what you say. So the subconscious mind is kind of immature. It accepts things that your conscious mind trains into it, but it does get trained, and it's hard to untrain it. So if you want to be more in line with your subconscious mind, Number one, we need to make friends with the subconscious mind and just talk to it. Method one for communicating with the subconscious mind. Okay, so subconscious mind is part of you, although you feel more like you're the observer, the conscious, but you have this subconscious. So we need to talk to the subconscious mind in a kind way. We need to love the subconscious mind, because I tell you what, the subconscious mind really wants to be loved. That's why it's always looking for love. That's why you look for a partner who will show you love and inclusion. The subconscious mind wants that so much. So you do the same for your subconscious mind. Now, the conscious mind, as you know, when you relax and you go to sleep, the conscious mind goes offline. That's you sleeping. Now, if you go into a relaxed state, the conscious mind fizzles away, gets a bit bored and starts to dissolve. But the conscious mind is always there. It's never sleeping. It's always awake. So that's why you communicate with your subconscious mind in a very relaxed state. That's the alpha state. That's when your brain waves change to a relaxed state. So you meditate for about 20 minutes, I'd say. That's usually enough to get people's brain waves down. You can lie down and do it. And then you can ask yourself questions. I don't tend to lie down. I'll sit at my desk. I'll get into a relaxed state. Now, I might want to know how I really feel about something in order to be able to do it better. So let's say I'm nervous about something. I might get into a relaxed state and consciously say, okay, subconscious mind, I love you a lot. Why are you nervous? Now, don't just think of a response and say it in your inner monologue. You just wait. That's silence, okay? And then something will come, like a notion. Sometimes it might shout at you a little bit, like, because I hate doing it, right? And the subconscious mind will be like, ugh. Okay, and just feel for that, like that sudden burst. It might take a few seconds. And then you're like, oh, okay, I didn't really know I felt that strongly, because your conscious mind suppresses what the subconscious is doing often, because it's not what should be happening. And yet the subconscious will feel how it feels regardless, unless you communicate with it. Best in the relaxed state, or your conscious mind is just talking to itself. It has to be a relaxed state. So then you say, okay, you don't need to be nervous because you are prepared. You got this, you know what you're doing, you're a strong, confident woman or man, etc. And the subconscious might, you wait a few seconds in silence and might burst back at you like, no, I'm not, or I'm rubbish, I'm gonna fail, or something like that. So you just communicate with it, reassure it, and repetition. The subconscious mind accepts commands through friendly repetition in the present tense. It only sees the present tense. So not you will be okay, but you are okay, you are confident, you are strong, you are fantastic. So therefore it will accept those. So talking to your subconscious mind in a relaxed state, making friends with it, is point number one. Number two on how to communicate with your subconscious mind is free writing. Now I have a video on this. So again, relaxed state, pad of paper, pen, ask a question, wait, just let your hand start writing, because that's something that's a subconscious function. The writing just happens. You don't constantly think about how to write a letter. Which letter am I going to use to construct this word? It just comes out. Writing was a function relegated to your subconscious mind when you were a kid, if you can write, obviously. So, number two way to communicate with the subconscious mind is through free writing. Ask it questions, how it feels. So then you just let it flow, it just flows. And the answer comes, totally relaxed. Do not think of the answer, just let it flow. Just let your hand do it, and you feel something coming, and then just allow, and out it comes. Number three method to communicate with your subconscious mind is the pre-programmed object. Now this can be helpful if you're having emotions come up that are a bit annoying and they're still happening anyway. You can associate some concept with some object. So let's say a very good friend of yours has wished you all the best and wished you lots of love. So they give you something like a teddy bear or a crystal or I don't know, a ribbon or a necklace or something. So you associate positive vibes, if you will, positive notions with that object. And so keep it with you in happy times. You can program it some more. So when you go on some event or anything that's happening to you, circumstance or event where you need a bit of an emotional crutch, if you will, that object is pre-programmed and it communicates with the subconscious mind through visuals the eyes see it, that represents comfort, joy, love, whatever. And then you feel yourself calm. It's communicating with the subconscious mind through visuals. It can be a photo. You could, again, crystals. That's why crystals people find crystals quite comforting. You program that with your energy as well. And then you take that with you. When you look at the crystal and hold it, the subconscious mind says, oh, you know, this is helpful. This means this. That's like tying a piece of string around your little finger to help you remember something. You notice it, the subconscious noticed it. Oh yeah, I've got to remember something, which is in the subconscious. So symbols, visuals, program your subconscious mind with the thing, keep it with you in happy times, and then take it with you in scarier times and look at it and feel better. Number 4, another way to communicate with the subconscious mind is using the pendulum. Now I have a good video on the pendulum, please take a look at that. Now the way that works is that you programmed it to swing a certain way for yes and a certain way for no, and the subconscious mind, it causes the muscles in your arms to move slightly, make sure the conscious mind is not interfering with it. So it's yes or no answers usually, unless you use a chart, which is explained in that video, and the subconscious mind can give you responses that way through tiny little muscle movements in your arm. Number 5 way to communicate with your subconscious mind is finger lifting. So put your hand on a flat surface, and then what you do is you program which finger will be yes and which will be no. So let's say the index finger is yes and the next finger is no. So you ask a question and you don't cause the finger to lift, you don't consciously think about it, try not to consciously interfere. And you might just suddenly notice a twitch in one of your fingers, or just twitch, or it will just sort of lift, and it's like, oh, I didn't really intend for that to happen. The subconscious mind is making it happen. So, is my name Nikki? That means yes. Is my name Bob? No. Okay, so that's yes and that's no. And then you can go along like that, finger lifting. And number 6 way to communicate with the subconscious mind is muscle testing. Now I recommend you look this up because there's lots of videos about it on YouTube. But what it is the muscles tend to weaken when there's an untrue response required. The subconscious mind's like, that's untrue, so it makes the muscles weaker, and that's true, the muscles are strong. So the classic way of doing it is holding your arm out straight, and then it takes another person to apply some pressure. So they ask a question, you probably heard this, they apply some pressure, and if there's lots of resistance, that's the true answer. If there's not so much resistance, it's the false answer. Or it can be used, say if you've got a substance like aspartame or something, is this good for me? No. So it'll definitely go down because the subconscious is like the bridge to your soul. It knows stuff, you know, so it'll be able to sense if there's a negative substance. Like I've always felt within me that it's a heinous crime that we walk around breathing traffic fumes all the time since I was a kid, or I felt that Wi-Fi was something wrong with that, and it turned out it's microwaves. You know, it's my subconscious mind just, it tells me like that's no good. But if you know you need a bit of help communicating with the subconscious mind, then muscle testing is a good one. So another way to do it on yourself is you can lock your fingers like this. So I'd say, is my name Nikki? And it would be strong. Is my name Bob? And it would come out. So my muscles weaken in that way. So you test it, and then you can start asking it questions. But these ways are not so good at programming the subconscious mind. It's more about questioning it to ask how it feels about certain things, because you get these yes or no responses. In order to program the subconscious mind, I'd say the best way to really do it is point number 1, in a relaxed state, having a conversation with your subconscious mind to help it feel better about things through repetition in a very relaxed state. So implant suggestions, you are fine, you are important, you are wonderful, clever, attractive, whatever you want to implant in there, any kind of concept. You are ready for the speech. You are good at remembering things, stuff like that. So another one with muscle testing would be to push your finger down. If it's strong, then that's a yes, a positive. If it's weaker and goes down, then that's a negative. So do I need to get more vitamin D? Yes. Do I need to get more aspartame? No. So it, it goes down for that. So you can look up muscle testing, as I said. So I hope you found that useful on ways to communicate with your subconscious mind. As I say, make friends with the subconscious. It's part of you. But a lot of the time, most people don't even realise they're in two minds. The conscious driving seat, one thing at a time, very logical. The big emotional kid that manifests your reality. If you program it right, it will manifest amazing things for you. It's the genie in the bottle. But it needs love and care because it's been through a lot of crap and it's picked up a load of programs that are less than optimal. So we can work through those and help our subconscious mind. And then it's always bouncing back positive emotions to us all day long. It's not so triggered. It's got good ideas. It comes up with good ideas that are positive. You ever have ideas spring into your mind? Or unless it's spirit contact there, it's subconscious mind saying, here you go, here's a good idea, I'm happy, I'm full of joy and I've got all these wonderful ideas to give you. So healthy, happy subconscious mind improved by good communication with it, conscious to subconscious. If you would like a spiritual consultation session online with Nikki Sutton, please head to nikkisutton.com to find out more about it. So let me and others know in the comments section what you think, and don't forget to click subscribe if you're not already a subscriber to receive regular spiritual inspiration on your journey through life. Like and share also, and press that bell button for notifications because we're raising the mass vibration together. So go now in love and peace.